Good morning, my loving Tiffany Thinks family. It's not actually morning time, it's a little bit later. I had a bit of a lie-in today just because I felt like I really needed it. I think since taking the HRT, you know, the patches, I feel like I'm getting a lot more deep sleep, which is incredible. It's only been a few days, so I can't really report back. And on the packaging, it says that I need to change it twice a week. I'm just putting on some moisturizer because my skin feels extremely dry. Today is hair wash day, but I'm going to do that a little bit later. I am definitely going to wash my hair today. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, I was just updating you about the HRT patches. So you know, when I'm having a shower and things, just a little patch that they want you to put on kind of an area below your waist, whereas a little bit kind of more a little bit thicker, so where you have a bit more fat. So for me it's the thigh area, so that's where it's stuck on. And I haven't had any hot flushes, and I don't know if it's too soon for me to make that statement, but I've been sleeping really well and I haven't had any hot flushes yet. So even when I'm at work, the thing is, usually the hot flushes just happen at random times and at work and things, but I haven't had any, so I'm just hoping it's working. And that's all I've got really to report back on. It hasn't been long enough for me to kind of tell you how things are. I think it's too soon for me to say anything, but I'm just kind of updating you with my initial, what do I mean by that? My initial thoughts on the matter. My initial thoughts are that everything seems good and I'm in a good mood. I know some people, when they're going through menopause, have mood swings and things, but I never really had that. My main issue was the kind of sweatiness and the hot flush situation on my face, which kind of bothered me. And I don't know what it is. At night time, the past few days, I've slept so well, like pure deep sleep. I only get up to kind of sort out my stoma in the bathroom, and then I go back into bed and I'm knocked out again. So that's good. I feel like getting sleep honestly makes me feel really, really good, because I really feel drained out really quickly if I don't sleep the best. So hopefully this is all I needed, you know. I really, really hope this is all I needed. And the patches, they're not so strong as well. I think, you know, when the doctor said he's going to check up on me, so when he calls me I can tell him, right, I really think this is it for me. I think this is working, because it's a very small dose and you put it on your patch and you put it on your body and it's really slow releasing. So if anything kind of changes, I'll report back to you. But I can tell him I think this is all I needed. And I'm just glad it's not a tablet or anything. Talking of tablets, let's go and take my multivitamins for the day. I've had breakfast, I had toast, and I also had eggs, because eggs is good for protein. And on the days that I work, I don't have a full breakfast because I don't like working on a really full stomach, because it makes me feel a bit meh. I like eating at lunchtime, so I only eat something small for breakfast. But on my days off, I like having a full breakfast and eggs and toast. And just kind of, for me, I've talked about this before, I don't like eating as soon as I wake up. It takes me a little bit of time for me to start getting hungry. And so this morning I had nice breakfast. If you watched my Tea with Tiffany Thinks video, I said I want to be good at taking my vitamins, but I haven't been taking it every single day, just because on the days that I go to work and things, I do forget. And also I like to take the vitamins when I've had food, just because on the packaging it says make sure you have it with food. So I always feel, you know, when you have it on an empty stomach, it doesn't work for me. It really messes up my tummy. So today I've had a lot of food and I'm ready to take my multivitamins. Also, I do need to wash my hair today. Today is hair wash day and I really don't want to do it because it takes me a while. It takes me a long time to wash this hair and then also to dry it, but it's one of those things that I need to do it today because I'm working tomorrow and I won't have time tomorrow. So today is the day that I wash me hair. Anyone else like me, where you know when it's hair wash day and you just don't want to do it, but you know you have to, and once you've done it you feel so good about it because you're like, yes, finally, I don't need to wash my hair. I don't wash my hair a lot. I do it once a week. Once a week is when I wash my hair, just because that's what works for me. I know some people, I just find that, you know, the more I used to wash my hair, I find that my hair used to get greasy a lot earlier, a lot quicker. So now I found that for my hair, once a week is good. You know, it's really, really good, because I think I spoke to my hairdressers about this, and she said for me, the natural oils dry up, and that's why my hair doesn't get greasy a lot quicker, because I don't put a lot of product in my hair and I don't wash my hair a lot. I think with my hair, everyone's hair is so different. So you know, some people say, what's your hair care routine, or what do you do to your hair? Do you wear hair extensions? I don't wear hair extensions. I feel like I get questions about my hair a lot, but for me, it's just, my advice is don't wash your hair a lot and don't use heat product. The products that I use are just nothing special. You know, I don't have a secret. I just don't wash my hair a lot, and I don't brush my hair a lot. I brush it on the days that I go to work, but I just try not to do too much. I used to use oil, coconut oil in my hair, but then I find that it just makes my hair really flat around this area, so I just kind of leave it. I just leave it and try not to do too much to it. I don't use hair extensions. I know I get questions about, Tiffany, what hair extensions do you use? Please let me know. I don't use hair extensions, and I never have, so it's just one of those things. I don't take care of my hair as much as I should. I should be doing hair masks and hair oil and things like that. So if you have any recommendations or any kind of tips that you'd like to share with us, with the whole Tiffany Thinks family, please let me know. My phone's ringing. Can you hear? I need to go and get that. Hold on. That was my friend. She just checked in just to see how I was, which is so sweet. I'm going to take my vitamins now. Let's do it. Have to update you that we are going away on holiday. We've booked our flights and I'm so excited, honestly. I am the most excited. I didn't think we would go away in May. I thought we were going to go away in September, because I told you we have so many weddings and we have so many kind of parties, and it wouldn't make sense for us to go around that time, because we also need to take time off work and also everything that's kind of adding up. So initially we thought, right, we'll go away on holiday in September. But then Matt and I had a little discussion, and we have scans coming up. I have scans coming up in June, right? And I know nothing bad's gonna happen, right? I'm trusting the process, and I believe that there's no more cancer in my body. And so we have scans in June, and it just makes sense for us to go before the scans, because imagine, it's not going to happen, but if something bad happens, then we won't be able to go on holiday after, you know. So instead we thought, right, we've worked a lot. I've kind of done a lot more days, and Matt's been working just like normal, and it makes sense for us to go away in May, just so that, you know, I think we've learned not to kind of delay things, you know, just because you never know what's going to happen. And my life has been so unpredictable, and I know that everything's going to be okay, because it has to be. I know the scans are going to be absolutely fine, but I just don't want to do this thing where I say, oh, we'll wait for September, we'll wait for October, November, you know. I just thought, let's just go before we get our scans, before we get results, let's book a little trip away. And so we booked Lake Garda in Italy. I am so excited. It looks incredible. Some of you recommended Lake Como, and some of you, I think 2 of you, messaged me and told me to go to Lake Garda. And so I've always wanted to go to Italy, and I wanted to go to Rome and go to all the churches and do a bit of a trip around Italy. But I'm thinking I want to do that a little bit later on, where we can spend a long time kind of exploring and doing that. So this holiday is kind of going to be just around Lake Garda, and we've got a little bit of a plan of what we want to do. So we want to go around the whole of the lake, and we've hired a car as well, and we've booked 2 hotels so that we can kind of do one area and book one hotel there, and then the last couple of days we've got another area just by the lake as well. And you know, when I heard of Lake Garda, I just thought it would be a really small lake. And then I realised it's huge, it's so big. So it'll be really exciting to kind of go around. And I've also found a few churches that I want to go to as well. So that's going to be so much fun, and have coffee and just walk around. And hopefully we have nice weather as well. I just think for us, it's so important. I'm such a homebody. I'm so happy to be at home. I never get that feeling of, oh, I need to go away on holiday. But as soon as I found out that my scans were clear and that my next lot of scans are in June, I said to Matt, let's book a holiday. Let's just do it. And so it made sense for me to kind of work a lot in kind of April time, and then go away a little bit in May, and then that would be it because of all the weddings and parties. So I've had to take time off, and yeah, I'm so grateful to God that I have been able to say yes, to be able to go to the weddings that I was invited to. And this year it feels like I haven't been scared to say, yes, of course I'm going to come to your wedding, or yes, of course I'm coming to this, and of course I'm coming to that. I've been really excited. You know, when the scans, hopefully, I know, pray to God, the scans are going to be clear in June, and it just means that we can kind of keep looking forward. The more scans that are clear, the more I can leave everything else behind, you know. It would be the best to kind of have clear scans now for the rest of my life. How incredible would that be? Honestly, that I would love that. And I think there are people in my kind of situation who had kind of the same sort of situation where they had the main cancer and had to have that removed, and then it spread somewhere else, and then they had that removed, and then they've been clear for like 10 years or 20 years. And you know, so I've had so many people reach out and tell me, please don't worry, because that could be me as well, where I have clear scans now for the rest of my life. Can you imagine how, I don't even want to think too much about it, but because you all know I'm kind of living in the moment. But imagine having clear scans now for the rest of my life. That's all I want. And I feel it's quite difficult to explain to people, you know, people always say now, oh, your scans are clear now. What's the plan? What's your plans now? And I always say I'm going to wait for another few more scans, and then I can really believe that the scans are clear. I think I just need to have the June one done, and then it just means that I've had 2 lot of scans that are clear, and I honestly cannot wait for that moment. I couldn't ask for anything else. This is all I'd ever want, is just to have clear scan results. Everything else is just a bonus, you know? everything else doesn't mean as much as having clear scan results. And I think you will only understand that if you have been through what I've been through, and just waiting on results and waiting on scans and just constantly hearing bad news for a very long time. And then to hear that your scans are clear, and then imagine another set of scans are clear, and then another set of scans are clear. It would just mean the world to me. Right, let's go and wash this hair. I've kind of delayed it. I just also want to say thank you. I always feel like I can really open up and talk to you and just be my genuine self. I really talk about a lot on here, and you've allowed me to be really comfortable to talk to you about everything and things that I'm really scared about, whether it's scans and planning for the future. I never really used to talk about it, and now I feel that I've got this little community, this little family that just understand what it's like, whether you've gone through cancer yourself or you know someone who has, or if you've just been part of my journey because you found my YouTube video just on accident and you're still here. I honestly want to say thank you, because I keep a lot in, and I used to really struggle opening up. I never felt comfortable to just really open up because I didn't want to upset people, or I didn't want to, you know, I didn't feel like I was me. Whereas now I am genuinely me, and I feel like I genuinely get to be me on here, and I truly am grateful for all of you and just for allowing me to be me, you know. My hair, and I've just put it up in my towel just to let it kind of dry, because it's kind of soaking wet. So I just leave it in my towel like this for a little while, and then what I'll do is I left my Colour Wow. Again, anytime I go to Unmasked, I keep forgetting to pick this up, but you know my Colour Wow hair product, that's my absolute favourite, but I left it at Unmasked. So I'm just going to use this. This is the volumizing no oil oil, and it's by Percy and Reed. I got this in my M&S Christmas advent calendar, and I haven't really been using it a lot. I'm going to use it today. It says it's volumizing non-greasy serum, lightweight water-based formula, helps to improve hair texture and condition. I've used it a couple of times. Would I recommend this? I don't think so. I would recommend the Colour Wow. Don't think I would recommend this, because with the Colour Wow, the first time I used it, I noticed a difference. Whereas with this, I've tried it a few times, and it's just one of those products that I'm just using because I have it and I want to finish it. It says here, dispense a small amount into your hands. Work through towel dried hair from roots to ends using fingers. I don't use it in my roots. I try and avoid using product in my roots. I only use it at the bottom part of my hair, just because I feel like the more product that you use on the top of your hair just kind of flattens out. It does for me. I'm not sure if that's for everyone, but I'm just going to take my hair out. My eyes are a little bit red and my cheeks are a little bit red. It's always like this whenever I wash my hair. My face and my eyes just go quite red, but it does settle down. So my hair has been sitting in my towel for a while. Yeah, it's very wet, so I just let it kind of air dry. It's only if I'm in a rush that I would use a hairdryer, but today I'm not in a rush, so I'm just going to put a little bit in my hand, work it in. It kind of it's not oily at all. It's kind of like water. It just kind of sinks in very quickly. So just use it for a little bit at the bottom of my hair. And then I'm going to brush through my hair with my Tangle Teaser, which is full of my hair, but that's okay. I also I've got a comb in my shower that I kind of, you know, when I put in conditioner. So the shampoo that I'm using at the moment is the L'Oreal one. It's nothing special. I've shown you guys before. It's nothing special. It's just one I've picked up. And what I do is I use the shampoo. I wash my hair with shampoo 2 times, just because I don't, you all know, I kind of talked about this, I don't wash my hair a lot. So I always feel that I need to kind of use shampoo twice, and then I put in a little bit of conditioner at the bottom, and then I comb it through with this kind of comb. You know, the one that looks like that? Is it a wide tooth comb? I think that's what it's called. And then I brush it through, I let my conditioner sit in for a few minutes, and then I wash it out. I'm just going to tell you what I'm doing because I get a lot of questions on my hair. You know, when I was going through chemotherapy, I lost a lot of hair, but I didn't lose all of my hair, but anytime I would wash my hair, it would come out in clumps, and it would just, my hair was a lot thinner. I think to start off with, I think if you go back on my old videos, I've always had really thick hair. And then when I had chemo, the doctors did say you would kind of, every chemotherapy drug is different. So my chemotherapy drug didn't mean that I would lose hair, but it would just mean that my hair would get thinner, and it really did. You would see, if you have been part of my journey for a long time, then you know that anytime I would put my hair up, it would only be a little bit in there, and I've always had really thick hair, but in that moment in my life, I didn't care. Hair was not a priority, and I would get comments about my hair, and I would think, people would comment saying, brush your hair, or why do you not do this to your hair? What? And I would say, in my head, I would think, guys, I'm trying to fight cancer here. I'm trying to kind of, I want to live. The last thing I care about is brushing my hair. And I remember I would always see comments, and I think it's really, I think, you know, with my YouTube channel, right, I'm very, very open, and I allow a lot. I allow, if you've got a curious question or if you're wondering something, there's a way of going about it. There's some people online, and I know it's not everyone, it's a very, very small amount, would ask questions, especially when I was going through chemo, like, I know someone who lost all their hair, you've not lost all of your hair. Are you actually going through chemo? And I would sit there thinking, I don't know how to reply back to this. I think it's one of those things that, I guess if you don't know much about chemotherapy drugs, which is understandable because not everyone understands that, and I understand that you link with chemo to not having any hair at all, but that's not the case. With my chemotherapy drug, it was just thinning off the hair. And also, when someone is going through chemotherapy or cancer, don't ask about, I think it's so important for me to say this because not everyone is aware, but hair and skin and pigmentation, dryness, it's not something you think about when you're going through cancer, because you're just trying to take every day as it comes, and the last thing you care for is your hair or how your skin's looking, or, you know, there's so much going on in your head that you don't prioritize that, you know. And I hope that kind of makes sense to the minority. Just when you ask someone going through treatment, just be quite sensitive and really put yourself in their position and think, you know, it's already a hard enough journey, and then to have someone say you're lying because you have hair is, I just remember when I was going through that, I would sit there and sometimes I'd get upset and I'd tell Amma or I'd tell Matt, I'd say, how can people write a comment like that? But then you have to think back. Right now, where I am in my life, I understand why some people don't understand, because they haven't been through it themselves, or they don't understand that not every chemo drug, not every kind of symptom is the same for every chemo drug. Every chemo drug is different, targets different things. So yeah, I just want to say that because I just remember all the comments I would get about my hair. Even till this day, actually, I would get comments saying, you didn't really have cancer because you didn't lose any of your hair. And before, I used to sit and reply to those comments and say, not every, but then I just stopped doing it because I thought, it's not for me to have to tell that person, you know, it's one of those things. And yeah, it's funny because I think with social media, it's like you're allowed to comment anything you like, and you're allowed to say anything you like, and hurt someone if you wanted to, and it's fine because you get away with it. You wouldn't do that face to face. You wouldn't hurt someone or say something horrible face to face to someone. So I think when you are online, I think treat people the way you would like to be treated. And I think for me, I have really been good at kind of blocking out the hate now. And before I would see so much, but now I just stick to my YouTube page and I just stick to my little community and the love here, just because there is no point trying to make everyone like you. That's not real life. And I think with social media, it's a lot more, you know, it's a lot more. And I remember I used to talk about it a lot to you all and say this and this and this and this, and so many of you would say, Tiffany, just ignore it, just ignore it. And it was hard to do so, but now I think I'm at a point in my life that I understand, I completely understand that this kind of, I can't change it. I can't change people kind of judging me, I can't change people not liking me, I can't change people that think I lied about the whole thing, that I lied about having a stoma bag, that I lied about this and that. I can't change it. It's just, it's one of those things that comes with doing social media, and I have come to terms with it. And I just remember the time when I was really low, you know, radiotherapy and all of that, and reading a horrible comment sometimes made me feel a certain way. And if I could go back and tell myself when I was going through such a hard time in my life, just ignore it, just ignore it. But yeah, I'm in a good place and everything is a lesson, you know. I've learnt a lot. Now what I do is I just let my hair just air dry. It takes a long time, but it gets floofy and then it gets dry. But sometimes what I do is I put a clip just to kind of keep my hair away from my face. It takes a bit longer to dry, but sometimes I just like to clip it up like this, or I'll leave it out and just sit and watch something. I might watch some Friends while my hair dries out. If you have any hair tips for me, please let me know, because this is just what I do. But if you have any tips for me or the Tiffany Thinks family, that would be incredible. And it'll be nice to know if I'm doing something wrong, you know? I don't think there is a wrong and right. I think everyone's hair is just so different. This is my hair now. It's so floofy, and the reason why I washed my hair today is because I know tomorrow it will be more settled and I'm at work tomorrow. But it's just, this is my hair, but I think I got it from my mum, because her hair gets really floofy after she washes it, so it always looks better the second day. I think my sister's hair is like that as well, so for us the second day is when their hair kind of listens. But now I look like a lion. Too floofy for me. I'm gonna put my hair like that. Washing my hair, I can still kind of feel there's a little bit of a wet patch here that needs to dry up, but I don't want to wait anymore. I don't want to wait for it to dry completely. And I'm thinking, if I go outside, the warmth of the air might dry my hair a little bit quicker. And also, you know, changing my stoma as well, it's just a whole thing, you know. So I'm just ready to go outside and start my day. My eyes are still quite red, but again, that will settle as well. I'm just going to put on a little bit of concealer and just blend it out with my fingers here. That's all I'm going to do today, because I had a full face of makeup on yesterday, so I kind of want to give my skin a little bit of a break. You know, with this concealer, the one, this is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter. It's so high coverage, but it's quite thick as well, so I find that blending it out with my finger is the best, because it just blends in a lot better than a brush for me. I find that it's a bit too heavy and cakey when I use this with a brush, so I just kind of like to blend it in with the warmth of my finger. You know, when I showed you this, that I bought this, one of you told me that there's a lightweight concealer that she has come out with, to try that, but I'm thinking for now I'm good with the amount of makeup I've got right now. I went through a phase where I didn't buy any makeup, and then all of a sudden I'm kind of, anytime I go shopping I end up buying something new, and I'm thinking I need to stop myself and just go through products, and once this is finished then I'll try out a new. I say that, but then I've got this addiction where I'm enjoying makeup a lot, and I just think, why not? I had a couple of years without buying any makeup, so I'm making up for it now. I do need to buy a new SPF moisturiser. If you have any recommendations, please let me know. I need to kind of buy one before I go on holidays. I don't think it's going to be really hot, but I do need a good SPF moisturiser, to be honest, because I feel like the ones that I have, they're okay. I think, was it one of my friends recommended the Kiehl's SPF moisturiser. If you have one that you use every day and you think, wow, it's incredible, please let me know, because I do need a new moisturiser with SPF. I feel like all my moisturisers that I have to add moisturiser on top, and sometimes I forget, and I know that's not good, because you're meant to use moisturiser with SPF every single day, even if it's not sunny. So I need to be better. It's so weird not having any hot flushes. Is that, I don't know, it's because I've had hot flushes for a very long time. Sometimes in the video I would say, oh sorry, I'm having a hot flush, and I haven't had that moment. And even at bed, even when I'm asleep, I would always feel really hot, and I would have to take the sheets off, and I'm always just trying to get myself comfortable. But I've slept really well, and I just can't believe it. I actually can't believe it. I know some of you told me and are telling me, please get off HRT, don't go on it, but I do understand, of course, I understand your concerns, because I didn't want to go on it for a very long time, and I did my research. I spoke to a few doctors, and I spoke to some of my friends who are doctors as well, and honestly, it's, for me, where I'm so young, I'm not telling you that you need to be on it as well, just for the type of cancer, is something you need to kind of make sure is suitable for you. Don't listen to me. I just feel like, you know, my videos, they're not medical, like I'm not a doctor, and everyone's situation is different. So I completely understand if you say, Tiffany, don't go on HRT because of these reasons. But for me, I have really kind of read up about it, talked to my friends, talked to doctors, and it's just what needs to be done for me. And I know some people completely are against it, and I understand. I just got so fed up of getting these random hot flushes in situations that I don't want to have to explain why I've got hot flushes, especially at work. I shouldn't have to tell anyone what's gone on, especially if someone's come to see me for an eye test and I've got a hot flush. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right to say, sorry, excuse me, I've got a bit of a hot flush situation, because immediately it doesn't feel professional, you know. So I had to take a lot on board, and just for myself, what was more important for me. And I understand all the risks, but I also understand the risks of not taking it for me. But I do feel really good. The fact that I'm getting lots of sleep is incredible, because it's hard enough already waking up because of your stoma, but then waking up because of a hot flush situation is just not it, you know. You don't want that. Using this Hourglass powder, it's called Ambient Radiant Light Powder, just to set everything in place. But that's all I'm gonna do for my makeup, nothing else. I might just do a little spritzy spritz. I wish this came with SPF, because that would be incredible as well. Oh, this feels so nice. I feel really nice and refreshed. I think it's because also I changed my stoma, my hair is all nice and clean. I feel really squeaky clean, and I'm ready now to go and get my steps in, walk around and just enjoy the day, you know. I'm having such a relaxing, chilled vibes. So yeah, come along with me. I am so glad I had this jumper, it's Matt's jumper, in the car, because it is a little bit chilly. I think the sun is going to come out, it's just there's some clouds, so as soon as the clouds move, I think it's going to get a little bit warmer. Sun's coming out, so that's, don't fall, whatever you do, don't fall. The sun's coming out, so that's making me extremely happy. Do you know what I've got in my pocket here? I've got a little gut shot. This is the, I had it in the fridge, and I thought, you know what, anytime I go on a little walk, I get a little bit peckish, and I feel, anytime, oh, look at my hair, let's see it now. It's kind of dry-ish, it's still a little bit wet. Goodness, it's just very floofy, isn't it? Look at that. But I'm gonna put it back in the clip because I don't want it in my face when I'm walking around. Yeah, whenever I'm having a little bit of a walk, I always think, oh, I wish I had a little snack, and I always don't know what to carry around, because I don't want chocolates, I don't want to carry a big drink with me, because then I have to hold it. And then I saw this in the fridge, and I thought, this is perfect, because I can put this in my pocket and it tastes nice. I had a choice of this or a ginger shot, and I thought I'll pick this because this is like yogurt and it's a little bit creamy, and it's a nice little kind of snack. Let me have a little bit now whilst the sun comes out. This is the, I've talked about this before, this is from M&S, it's a little gut shot, and it says over 5 billion live cultures from 14 different strains. You know, little nuts and seeds and things, I can't really snack on that unless I really chew on it. It's not the best snack for me because of my stoma, so this is probably the best idea. Right, cheers. You know what Matt and I should do? On our days off, one of the days we have to do it, both of us, we should wake up extremely early and watch the sunrise. I think that would be well cute, and we could bring a little flask and have a coffee in it and have a little breakfast sandwich. I think that would be so cute. I just don't know where we would go to get the best view of the sunrise. I have to look into that. I honestly think that would be such a cute idea. And just, you know, those camping chairs, set that up, or even just get a blanket and sit on the blanket and watch the sunrise. That would be so cute. Right, I'm gonna walk that way because the sun is on that side and I want my hair to dry, so I'm gonna walk over there. I haven't finished this, I've kept half of it. I'll finish that on my next stop. I think it's nice just to stop and look around. It's so peaceful here, extremely peaceful. I wouldn't do this. If this was nighttime, there is no way I would do this because I'd be scared. I'll be like, someone's behind me or someone's hiding. I think I'm scaring myself now. You just never know. There could be a weirdo. Do you know what? I watch way too many documentaries and now I'm scaring myself. Let's leave here. I've just scared myself. Actually, I'm just gonna walk towards there because that's where I know loads of people will be. It's just, you can't help yourself, you know, because you watch all these crazy documentaries and it's kind of based on a real story about a girl, blah de blah de blah. Yeah, I'm getting out of here. I was just thinking, right, I think when you go to a new place or a new kind of walking area, I think it is important to send someone your location, just because, you know, I'm climbing up this area, and it just shows how much more I need to do for my lungs, because I'm definitely getting out of breath. It is a lot later. I have been doing lots of bits and bobs today, so I think the last time we spoke is when we had a little walk together. I found vegetables. I found that green beans actually are okay for my tummy, but I just have to chew them a lot. So this is the kind of vegetables that I'm okay with, because you know some of them just don't work for me, so this is good. And it's so yummy as well. Matt makes them so scrumdiddlyumptious. That's good. Yeah. Very good. Right, I'm gonna enjoy my dinner with my darling. I will see you all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching and for subscribing and being part of the Tiffany Thinks family. I will see you all in my next video, which will be Sunday, I think. Thursday or Sunday. See you then, bye. Mwah. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Enjoy my loving Tiffany Thinks family. My Instagram, Facebook and TikTok is Tiffany Thinks. I'll see you then, bye. Mwah. Love you a lot.